I would like to say some details about the Alter Summit that took place in Tunisia a few days before. Which was the main purpose for this meeting?
I'm referring to an event which will take place on the 7th and 8th of June in Athens, and which will gather trade unionists, social movements, political forces from all parts of Europe who are opposed against the austerity policies and against the memoranda which are imposed on Cyprus, which were imposed on Greece, on Portugal, on Ireland, because we believe that this austerity policy will destroy the welfare state, the living standard of millions and millions of people all over Europe, and will also destroy democracy.
Which are the alternative ideas that you want to present for the Europe?
Yes, actually it's about a European alternative. We think we have to stop austerity. We need the development of public services, European investment program in order to enhance public services. We need investment in ecological projects. We need a fair and just tax system. It's not acceptable that big capitals actually don't pay any taxes, while the whole burden is put on the shoulders of the working people. We think that democracy requires labor rights, the right of the trade unions to represent their members. We want people to be protected from precariousness. We want policies against unemployment. And we think that this also requires a deep reform and restructuring of the whole financial system in Europe, meaning we want the banks to be controlled and owned by the public. We want the European Central Bank, which gives money to the states so that they can afford investment programs. And actually this means a change in the direction of the European Union, and that's what the Alter Summit wants to express.
So these are the main demands or requests of this forum?
Yes. There will be, you have to know that meanwhile more than 150 organizations from all over Europe participate in the process. The big trade unions from Great Britain, from France, from Italy, even from Germany, from Belgium. Then the most important social movements in Europe, ATTAC, ecological movements, the European Anti-Poverty Network, then feminist movements, movements who defend the right of precarious people, and they will agree in the preparation of the Alter Summit on a manifesto which compiles all these demands which finally aim at a change in direction of Europe.
How do you imagine another Europe? What will be the main characteristic of a new European Union or for the Europe in general?
It has to be social. If Europe is not able to provide social security and social rights for the people, it's good for nothing. It will be democratic, because social rights only can be achieved if people have the right to express themselves, and not only in elections every 4 years, but on the workplaces, in their communities. It will be a Europe in which gender equality is guaranteed. It has to be one of the key targets of European politics. And it will be a Europe which copes with the ecological challenge. I read a couple of days ago a recently published study of the NASA, the US space program, which proves that global warming is continuing and threatens to come to a point on which it cannot be reversed and leads to uncontrolled effects. And Europe, as one of the most economically powerful forces in the world, has the responsibility to invest money in ecological conversion.
In your opinion, which is the main problem that Europe have to face?
The main problem of Europe are its elites, are the people in power, in the governments, in the European institutions, in the banks, because these structures, these power structures, apparently only serve their own purposes, which is to maximize gains and profits, even to the detriment of people and their well-being. And their influence and their power has to be broken.
Do you believe that the Alto Summit in Athens this summer will be a step for something different?
I think it can open a door. It can open a door to the coming together of very different forces, trade unions, social movements, feminists, political forces, and creating a unity amongst them, cross-border in a European scope, not only separated in different countries. This can open a door to a real shift in the relation of power in favor of the populations and of the working people.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.